Have you ever stood in front of a door, not knowing what lies behind it, but feeling deep down that what's on the other side was meant for you? Not because you earned it, not because you fought for it, but because it was already yours. Listen to me closely. That door, the one you've been circling, the one you've been too afraid to touch, has already been chosen for you. Not by man, not by chance, but by a power higher than fear, louder than doubt, and stronger than your circumstances. I'm not here to tell you how to get what's behind that door, not yet. I'm here to tell you something deeper, something most people never hear in their lifetime. The door to your destiny, your greatness, your calling has already been assigned. It's not hidden. It's not random. And it's sure as daylight is not optional. It's there, waiting right in front of you. The tragedy? Most people will live their whole lives standing outside that door, not because it was locked, but because they never believed they had the right to open it. Some knock once, softly, then leave when no one answers. Others stare at it, pray over it, dream about it, but never move their hand toward the handle. But then there are the few, the rare, the dangerous, the ones who don't wait for permission, the ones who understand this truth. When God chooses a door for you, it's not a suggestion, it's a summons. And now I ask you, what if you're not lost? What if you're not late? What if you're right in front of the door and all that's missing is a decision? This isn't just a motivational speech. This is a wake-up call. Because what's on the other side of your door isn't just for you, it's for the people counting on you, for the legacy you're meant to leave, for the life you were created to live. So before we talk about action, before we talk about goals, mindset, or vision boards, let's go deeper. Let's talk about why that door was chosen for you in the first place and what you must become to walk through it. There is a truth so profound, yet so often overlooked. Your door has already been chosen for you. This door, unlike any other, holds your destiny, your purpose, the very essence of what you were meant to become. It was not selected by chance, nor by accident. Long before you took your first breath, before the world ever spoke your name, this door was set in place, waiting patiently for you to find it. But here is the catch. No matter how brightly the light spills from its crack, no matter how many signs point you in its direction, this door will not open by itself. It demands a decision, a commitment, an act of courage from you. Imagine standing in front of this door, knowing without doubt that what lies behind it is meant for you, but still hesitating. Why? Because making the decision to walk through it requires more than just hope. It requires faith and action intertwined in a sacred dance. It demands that you look fear square in the eye and refuse to blink. For many, this is where the battle begins, not with the world outside, but with the world inside. You see, the universe has arranged the pieces. Opportunities align, coincidences turn into synchronicities, and whispers of encouragement float on the wind. Yet, if you remain frozen, if you allow doubt to root itself in your heart, the door remains shut, and you remain outside, a spectator to your own life. This is the paradox of choice. The door is already yours, but you must choose to claim it. There are countless stories etched into the fabric of history. Ordinary men and women who stood at their own doors and decided without hesitation or excuse to enter. They did not wait for conditions to be perfect, for the stars to align, or for the noise of the crowd to die down. No, they stepped forward when others stood back. And in that simple act, they transformed not only their own lives, but the lives of everyone they touched. You might be wondering what keeps so many people from stepping through, what holds them back. The answer lies not in external forces, but in the internal voice that whispers, "What if I fail? What if I'm not ready? What if I'm not worthy?" These questions, while natural, become the shackles that keep you outside. But here is the secret. Readiness is an illusion. No one ever feels completely ready. Greatness does not wait for permission. It demands that you begin. even when you feel uncertain, even when the path ahead seems cloaked in darkness. That door is not a trap. It is a gateway. Behind it lies the fulfillment of your deepest dreams and the realization of your highest potential, but it requires a choice, a commitment to say, I am ready to claim what is mine. To walk through that door means embracing the unknown. It means risking failure, setbacks, and disappointment. But it also means stepping into a life of purpose, power, and profound satisfaction. What if you stopped looking for the perfect moment and instead decided this moment was perfect enough? What if you trusted that the path would reveal itself as you walked it? The door does not wait for the timid or the hesitant. It responds to those who dare to make a decision. When you decide to move, the entire universe conspires in your favor. Doors begin to open sometimes where there were only walls before. It is important to understand that the door chosen for you is not a simple passage. It is a test of character, a challenge that requires strength, persistence, and unwavering belief. It is easy to see the door and feel excitement, but the true power lies in the willingness to push it open and step beyond the threshold, even when your legs shake with uncertainty. Every great achievement begins with a decision. The decision to try, the decision to persevere, the decision to walk through the door that others either never saw or were too afraid to enter. There is no magic without movement, no transformation without commitment. The door is already chosen for you. Yes, but you must make the decision to walk through it, knowing that the greatest rewards are reserved for those who do. Consider this. Your life is a series of doors. Some are small, opening to minor opportunities. Others are vast, leading to entire new worlds. The door that was chosen for you is one of those vast doors, the kind that changes everything. It may not be the easiest to open, but it is the most important to pass through. It is the difference between a life of unfulfilled dreams and a life of extraordinary accomplishment. What stands between you and that door is not the world outside, but the limits you place on yourself, the hesitation, the fear, the stories you tell yourself about why you can't or shouldn't. The door waits for no one, and it will not open until you decide that what lies beyond it is worth every ounce of effort it takes to enter. So look at that door again. See it clearly. Know that it was chosen for you, crafted uniquely for your talents, your dreams, your purpose. No one else can walk through it for you. The key is in your hand. The decision is yours to make. Walk toward it now, not tomorrow, not when you feel ready, but now, because the door to your destiny will not wait forever. And the moment you choose to open it will be the moment your life truly begins. Faith is not simply a word you speak or a feeling you briefly entertain. It is the very force that ignites the fire within your soul, the invisible energy that propels you forward when the path is uncertain and the obstacles seem insurmountable. There is a world of difference between belief and faith. Belief can be passive, a quiet acknowledgement that something might be true. Faith is active. It is alive, and it burns with a fierce intensity that refuses to be extinguished by doubt or despair. Imagine for a moment the power of faith as the engine of a mighty locomotive. Belief might be the coal feeding the fire, but faith is the steam that drives the wheels, the force that turns possibility into reality. Without this burning desire, your dreams remain nothing more than distant ideas drifting on the wind. Faith takes those dreams and anchors them deep within your being, making them a part of who you are. It is a commitment that says, I will not stop until I have made this vision real. But faith is not blind optimism. It is not wishful thinking or hoping for a lucky break. It is a purposeful, deliberate choice to align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with the certainty that your destiny is unfolding exactly as it should. This kind of faith cannot be shaken by temporary setbacks, nor can it be silenced by the voices of negativity around you. It is the unshakable conviction that no matter the storms, no matter the trials, the path chosen for you will reveal itself because you have made a decision rooted in purpose and clarity. The key to sustaining this kind of faith is a burning desire fueled by purpose. When your heart beats with a purpose so strong that it consumes every doubt and fear, faith becomes unstoppable. Purpose is the fuel that keeps the flame alive, the reason why you rise each morning eager to move closer to your goal. It is the clarity of vision that tells you without a shadow of doubt that your life has meaning and your actions have consequence. Without purpose, faith is a flickering candle, easy to snuff out. But with purpose, faith becomes a raging fire that lights up even the darkest night. Many fail to understand that faith is a partnership, a sacred collaboration between the divine and the determined. It is the recognition that while there is a greater power orchestrating the universe, your role is no less important. You are called to act, to persist, and to hold the line of belief with unwavering tenacity. Faith demands that you take responsibility for your dreams, not wait passively for miracles to fall from the sky. It asks that you believe so deeply in the unseen that you are willing to labor tirelessly in the visible. When faith is truly alive, it changes your entire perception of what is possible. Obstacles become challenges to overcome rather than reasons to give up. Failures are temporary detours, not dead ends. The impossible shrinks into possibility. This is the mindset that separates those who merely wish from those who achieve. It is the fuel that powers the minds of inventors, leaders, and pioneers who have changed the world, not because the path was easy, but because their faith was fierce. Every great success story begins with this powerful combination of faith and purpose. The men and women who have risen above hardship and adversity did so not because they had all the answers or perfect conditions. They succeeded because they held a vision so clearly that it burned within them day and night. They believed in something greater than themselves and refused to allow temporary failures to derail their journey. That burning desire to fulfill their purpose became the compass guiding them through uncertainty. Faith also works silently behind the scenes, attracting the resources, connections, and opportunities you need to move forward. It is said that when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. When your faith is strong, your mindset shifts from scarcity to abundance. You begin to notice doors opening where before there were walls. Ideas come to you in moments of clarity. People appear who believe in your vision and want to help. This is no coincidence. It is the natural law of attraction at work, responding to the energy of your faith. But for faith to be effective, it must be more than a fleeting emotion. It must be a daily commitment, a habit, a discipline. It requires feeding your mind with affirmations, surrounding yourself with positive influences, and acting consistently in alignment with your purpose. It is not enough to hope or pray for success. You must live as if success is already yours, carrying the certainty in your heart that what you seek is already on its way to you. This kind of faith moves mountains because it moves you. It is important to understand that faith is not a guarantee of ease or immediate reward. The path of faith is often the path of resistance. It demands patience, perseverance, and a willingness to keep moving forward even when progress feels slow or invisible. But the reward of faith is far greater than temporary comfort. It is a life lived on your own terms, a life where you are the master of your destiny rather than a victim of circumstance. The moment you embrace faith as your ally, you unlock a wellspring of strength that cannot be taken away by external events. It becomes your armor against fear, your shield against doubt. And as your faith grows, so does your ability to dream bigger, act bolder, and persist longer. Faith transforms you from someone waiting for permission to someone who commands the course of their own life. Remember, the door that stands before you, the door that was chosen by a higher power, is unlocked by the key of faith. Not just belief, but a faith that is alive, fierce, and fueled by purpose. This faith is the bridge between where you are and where you are meant to be. It is the spark that ignites your journey and the force that carries you to the other side. When you cultivate this faith, when you stoke the fire of your desire with the fuel of purpose, nothing can stop you from walking through that door and claiming the life that awaits. Fear and doubt are the invisible sentinels standing watch at the threshold of your destiny. They are the silent guards who keep you standing on the outside, knocking but never entering. You may not see them, but they are there, whispering lies, planting seeds of hesitation, and convincing you that the door before you is locked tight, or worse, that you are not meant to pass through it. These two forces, fear and doubt, are the greatest obstacles to your success, not because they have power on their own, but because you give them power when you listen to their voices instead of your own inner call. Fear is the primal emotion that tells you to retreat, to protect yourself from the unknown. It is deeply wired into the human brain as a survival mechanism. Yet, in the pursuit of your dreams, fear transforms from protector into prison guard. It tells you that the risk is too great, that failure is inevitable, or that the judgment of others is more important than your own desire for fulfillment. Fear does not discriminate. It creeps into every dreamer's heart, whispering, "What if you fall?" or "What if you aren't good enough?" Its power lies in its persistence and its ability to masquerade as caution. Doubt is fear's close companion. While fear warns of dangers outside, doubt questions your worthiness from within. Doubt asks, "Are you really capable? Do you deserve this? Is this path truly for you?" It chips away at your confidence little by little until your vision becomes clouded and your resolve begins to crumble. Doubt thrives in silence and isolation, feeding on uncertainty and lack of clarity. Together, fear and doubt form a powerful blockade, convincing you that the door you see is nothing but a mirage or a trap. These guards often wear disguises. They come in the form of procrastination, indecision, and excuses. You tell yourself that you will try tomorrow, that you need more time, more money, more knowledge. But these are simply ways to avoid confronting fear and doubt head on. The longer you delay, the stronger these guards become, and the more comfortable you become standing outside the door, afraid to open it. One of the greatest tragedies is that fear and doubt are not the truth. They are stories you tell yourself to justify staying small, safe, and within your comfort zone. They are illusions designed to keep you from stepping into the greatness that is waiting for you. The door is not locked because you are unworthy. It is only locked until you have the courage to turn the handle and push it open, but fear and doubt want you to believe otherwise, so you never try. It is crucial to recognize that fear and doubt are universal. They do not mean you are weak or broken. Every person who has ever achieved anything significant has wrestled with these guards. The difference between those who succeed and those who remain outside is not the absence of fear and doubt, but the refusal to let them control the outcome. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is action in spite of fear. The brave are not fearless. They are willing to move forward even when the shadows loom large. To overcome fear and doubt, you must first face them honestly. Name them, understand where they come from, and realize how they try to manipulate you. Awareness is the first step in disarming their power. When you shine the light of truth on fear and doubt, they begin to lose their grip. You see that they are not gods, but mere illusions that crumble under the weight of your will. Next, you must build a mental fortress of confidence and clarity. This comes from knowing your purpose so deeply that nothing can shake it. When your vision is clear, doubt has no room to hide. You also build confidence through small acts of courage. Each time you push past a hesitation, each time you take a step despite the voice of fear, you chip away at their power. Like lifting weights, the more you face fear and doubt, the stronger you become. Remember that fear often exaggerates the worst-case scenario, painting vivid pictures of failure and rejection. But the reality is usually far less severe than the fear predicts. Many of the things you fear never come to pass, and even when they do, they rarely destroy you. In fact, failure and rejection often serve as the greatest teachers and stepping stones toward your success. The guards want you to believe that failure is fatal, but it is merely feedback. Another powerful way to weaken these guards is to change your inner dialogue. Speak to yourself with kindness, encouragement, and certainty. Replace the I can't and what if with statements of power and possibility. I am capable, I am prepared, I will succeed. Your mind will begin to believe what you repeatedly tell it. Faith grows in the soil of positive affirmations and persistent action. Surrounding yourself with those who believe in you can also diminish the hold fear and doubt have on your life. Supportive friends, mentors, and allies act as mirrors, reflecting back your worth and potential. When your own vision falters, their belief becomes a beacon guiding you through the darkness when your own light seems dim. Ultimately, the door you face is not a barrier, but an invitation. Fear and doubt are there to test your commitment, to see if you are truly ready to claim the life meant for you. The moment you choose to face these guards, to challenge their whisperers, and to walk boldly through the doorway, you break their hold forever. You prove that you are stronger than the fears that once controlled you and more powerful than the doubts that tried to bind you. You do not have to wait until fear and doubt disappear. They rarely do. You simply have to decide that your desire to succeed is greater than your fear of failure, that your vision of who you can become is more real than the voices telling you to stay small. The door is already open for those willing to step through, but fear and doubt will always try to keep you outside until you declare that you are ready to claim your place. You might look at the journey ahead and feel overwhelmed as if you lack something essential, a tool, a skill, or a resource that someone else seems to have, but you don't. It's a common illusion, the belief that you must acquire something outside yourself before you can step confidently through that door. But here is a truth so powerful it can change everything. You are already equipped. Everything you need to succeed, to fulfill your purpose, and to claim what is waiting behind your door is already inside your mind. Your mind is the greatest asset you possess. It is the command center from which all your thoughts, actions, and creations flow. Before any invention, any achievement, any breakthrough, there was a mind thinking, imagining, believing. No external circumstance can grant you what your mind does not already hold in potential. The secret to unlocking your future lies in recognizing that your mind is a treasure trove of ideas, strength, and creativity waiting to be unleashed. Consider the power of your thoughts. Every belief you hold, every assumption you make, shapes the way you see the world and your place within it. When you think small, your world contracts. When you think boldly, it expands. Your mind controls your perspective, and through that perspective, you influence your reality. This is why many people remain trapped outside their doors. They have not yet trained their minds to see the possibilities within reach. They carry mental blocks built on fear, doubt, and limiting beliefs instead of the keys to open those doors. You must understand that your mind is not just a storage place for information. It is a creative force, a workshop where your visions take shape and your future is forged. It is here that solutions are found, new ideas are born, and problems are solved. The mind has the ability to turn obstacles into opportunities, to learn from failure, and to adapt with resilience. It is already equipped with all the raw materials necessary for success, but you have to tap into it with intention and discipline. One of the greatest steps you can take is to cultivate a mindset of growth and possibility. This means refusing to accept limits on your abilities and instead believing that you can learn, improve, and overcome any challenge. The mind that believes it can grow will seek knowledge, develop skills, and create new paths. The mind that believes it is fixed will remain stuck waiting for outside help that may never come. The door to your destiny will only open for the mind that is ready to evolve and embrace change. Your imagination is one of the most powerful tools you possess. It allows you to envision what does not yet exist, to see yourself on the other side of that door before you even walk through it. This mental rehearsal prepares you for success by aligning your subconscious mind with your conscious desires. The clearer and more vivid your mental picture, the stronger the pull of your purpose becomes. Your mind is wired to pursue what it believes to be possible, so feed it with images of achievement and fulfillment, not failure or limitation. Discipline is essential because the mind is also subject to distraction and doubt. It requires practice to maintain focus on your goals amid the noise of everyday life. When you discipline your mind to concentrate on your vision, to refuse negative thoughts, and to replace them with affirmations of strength and capability, you build mental mentals that carry you through difficult times. Every successful person has learned this. Success is as much a mental battle as it is a physical or external one. You are also equipped with intuition, the quiet voice inside you that guides decisions when logic falls short. Intuition is the wisdom of experience, pattern recognition, and deep understanding that lives in your subconscious. Learning to trust your intuition is part of trusting that your mind already holds the answers you seek. Many hesitate at their doors because they ignore or dismiss this inner guidance, waiting for external validation instead. But the greatest guidance often comes from within. Furthermore, your mind holds your values, your beliefs, and your willpower. These internal forces shape your actions and keep you moving forward even when the path is steep and the odds seem against you. Your willpower is the engine that drives perseverance. When your purpose is clear and your mind is equipped with belief and discipline, willpower surges naturally. It pushes you beyond pain, doubt, and fatigue because the prize on the other side of the door is worth the struggle. It is important to realize that you do not have to be perfect or have all the answers right now. Your mind is designed to learn and adapt. You start where you are with what you have inside your mental toolkit. And as you move forward, you gather new knowledge, refine your skills, and sharpen your focus. The door to your destiny is not reserved for those who are already complete, but for those who are willing to grow into the fullness of their potential. Many wait for external conditions to improve before they act, waiting for more resources, more support, or more confidence. But the truth is, these things follow action, not precede it. When you trust in the power of your mind and begin to move with the conviction that you are already equipped, you set into motion a chain reaction. Doors open, opportunities arise, and your path becomes clearer. Your mind will find the way because it has the capacity to solve problems you have not yet imagined. The moment you recognize the incredible power and resources already within your mind, fear loses its grip. Doubt begins to fade. You stand taller, more certain, and more ready to face the challenges ahead. This is the mental shift that transforms ordinary people into extraordinary achievers. They do not wait for luck or perfect timing. They act because they know their mind is their greatest weapon and their most loyal ally. So, when you stand before your door, unsure if you are ready or equipped, remember this: the tools you need, the strength you require, and the wisdom to navigate your journey are already inside you. Your mind is the key, the compass, and the map all in one. Everything you need to unlock the door to your destiny is there, waiting for you to command it into action. Your decision is the most powerful force you will ever wield. It is the ignition switch that sets your destiny in motion, the moment when potential transforms into reality. Many people look at success and achievement and attribute it to luck or chance, but those are illusions that mask the truth. Nothing happens without a decision, a deliberate, conscious choice to move forward despite uncertainty, fear, and doubt. Your destiny is not a matter of random coincidence. It is the direct result of your decisions, the ones you make every day, moment by moment. When you understand that your decision activates your destiny, you begin to see life through a new lens. You are no longer a passive spectator waiting for good fortune to arrive or for opportunities to fall into your lap. Instead, you become an active participant, a creator of your own future. Every decision you make, no matter how small, is a brushstroke painting the picture of your life. These decisions accumulate, building momentum and direction, propelling you closer to the life that was meant for you. Many people fail to realize that indecision is itself a decision, one that keeps them stuck in place. When you hesitate or procrastinate, you are effectively choosing to remain where you are, caught in the familiar but unfulfilling patterns of your current reality. The door to your destiny may stand wide open, but until you decide to walk through it, your life will not change. The universe honors the decisive because decisiveness reflects commitment, and commitment calls forth resources, ideas, and opportunities that align with your purpose. Your decision is not a single, isolated event. It is a constant reaffirmation of your intentions. It is the promise you make to yourself every morning to keep pushing forward no matter the obstacles. When faced with challenges, it is your decision to persevere that activates the strength and resilience necessary to continue. When distractions or doubts arise, your decision to focus reignites your passion and clarity. Destiny unfolds as a result of this steady, unwavering commitment. The power of decision lies in its ability to transform uncertainty into action. Fear and hesitation thrive in moments of indecision, but the act of deciding cuts through the fog. When you make a clear choice, you create energy and direction. Your mind, body, and spirit align behind a common goal, and the universe responds accordingly. This is why people who make bold, intentional decisions often experience a flow of events that seem to conspire in their favor. It is not magic. It is the natural law of cause and effect working in harmony with focused will. You must also understand that not every decision will lead to immediate success. Some decisions will lead you down paths that require adjustment and learning. Others may even bring temporary setbacks. But the true power of your decision is that it activates your participation in your own life story. It gives you the authority to course correct, to adapt, and to grow stronger with each step. Destiny is not a fixed endpoint, but a dynamic journey shaped by the choices you make along the way. There is a profound difference between those who wait for the perfect moment and those who choose to act now. Waiting is often disguised as wisdom, but it is frequently fear in disguise. The perfect moment rarely arrives on its own. It is created by the decisions you make to move forward with courage and faith. When you decide to act, you break free from the chains of hesitation and step into the flow of possibility. The door that once seemed locked swings open because your decision has given you the key. Consider that every successful person you admire has one thing in common. They made a decision to claim their destiny. They decided that their dreams mattered more than their fears, that their vision was worth the struggle, and that their purpose would not be denied. This decision was the catalyst for every achievement, every breakthrough, and every victory. It is the moment that separates those who succeed from those who merely dream. Your decisions also shape your identity. When you choose to act in alignment with your highest values and aspirations, you reinforce the belief that you are capable and worthy. Each decision to take responsibility for your life strengthens your confidence and self-respect. Conversely, decisions to avoid challenges or settle for less erode your sense of power and purpose. Destiny is activated not only by grand choices, but also by the small, everyday decisions that define who you are becoming. It is important to recognize that your decision is a declaration to the universe. It sends a message that you are ready and willing to receive what is meant for you. When you decide with clarity and conviction, you set in motion a chain reaction that attracts people, opportunities, and resources aligned with your goal. This is why clarity in decision-making is crucial. Vague or half-hearted decisions create confusion and stagnation, while clear, firm decisions create momentum and progress. Your decision must be anchored in faith, not just wishful thinking, but faith born of deep knowing that you are on the right path. This faith fuels your resolve when obstacles appear and strengthens your commitment when the journey becomes difficult. It is the trust that your decision will lead you where you need to go, even if the way is not yet fully visible. This kind of faith transforms your decision from a fleeting thought into an unbreakable vow. Ultimately, the door to your destiny will remain closed until you decide to open it. The power to change your life rests not in luck, chance, or external circumstances, but in the choices you make. You hold the key in your hands, the key forged by your decision. When you decide to step forward, you activate your destiny and begin the journey toward the life you were born to live. Now you see clearly, your journey is not governed by chance, nor by luck, but by the decisions you make. The door before you was chosen long ago, waiting patiently for you to claim it. Fear and doubt may stand guard, but they hold no real power except what you give them. Inside your mind, you already carry every tool, every strength, and every vision needed to walk through that door and step into your destiny. It all comes down to one thing, your decision. The moment you decide to act, to believe, and to persist, your destiny begins to unfold. The power is in your hands right now. You don't need permission, perfect timing, or external validation. You need only the courage to decide that your dreams matter more than your fears. So stand tall. Trust yourself. Open that door with confidence and walk boldly into the life waiting for you. Because when you do, you prove to the world and, most importantly, to yourself, that destiny is not something that happens to you. It is something you create. The choice is yours. Make it.